Okay guys, let's fix the bugs which are there in the application which we have developed. Okay, so the first one is that whenever we click on the view student or add student, at that time we see some flickers over here. You can see the flicker is there like here, like this. Okay, and also that one more problem is that whenever we delete a record, at that time this list is not getting refresh. Okay, so here I'm showing you that as I have clicked over here delete and clicking on OK, right, it is there, still this record remains there, and this should be disappeared from this list. Okay, so let's fix these two issue. So to solve this, the first issue, that flicker issue, this one, okay, what we require to do, we'll go to the uh, our navigation bar.js. There, instead of that href, we require to use the link tag. Okay, so whenever we use a router, at that time we have to use the link. Okay, so that the component would work properly. So instead of this navbar.brand, I'm writing link. Okay, and make sure that the ending tag, corresponding ending tag, also get changed, and this is also going to become link. Okay, yeah, and this is also going to become a link. Perfect, right? Now instead of href, this should be 2. Now this will work perfectly. Okay, I'm saving the application. Okay, there is no any error. Let me go back to the application. Okay, I'm getting some issue over here. Yeah, of course the issue would be, the issue is that in the app.js I have to put this navigation bar inside the browser router, then and then it would work, it will work, otherwise it will not work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take both of this component inside the browser router. Okay, and removing this auto generated closing element, and let me take this inside this closing browser router, so it will work perfect. Okay, now let me see the application. It is visible over here. Now if I will click on the view student or add student, okay, no flicker is there, right? Okay, even if I click on the student management system, no flickering. Perfect. Now let's solve the another issue, that whenever the user will click on the delete, that the record should disappear. That means that the list, this particular list should be refreshed. Okay, so to do that, we will go to the view student.js. Inside that, we will go to the delete student function, and here we are going to write some code whenever there would be a response. Okay, so here obviously we want to have the alert. Okay, so as I'm going to write more than one line over here, I must require to use the curly brace. Okay, that's why I have put the curly brace at both of the ends, right? And then here the on the next line after alert.js, I will try to refresh the list which is displayed over here. Okay, so if you can recall, this particular list is coming from the array called students. Okay, so this is what we have to refresh, because this student is bound to the table. Okay, so here if you see that the student is bound to the table, right? So that is what we are going to refresh. So here I will be writing that students, sorry, as I'm going to set the student state variable, so set students, and inside that I'll be writing students dot, the method name is filter. Okay, student, this should be student dot filter, the method should come automatically. Perfect. And inside this the argument would be of student, right, the arrow function, and here I'll be checking that the student dot id should not be equal to the student id which we have just deleted. So if you can recall that whenever the student record would be deleted, that id will be passed over here. So this should be not student id, but it should be id. Okay, so I'm making some change, correction over here. Yeah, this would be id, and that new list would be generated that will not have the record of this particular student. Okay, so let me put the semicolon over here, let me save this, and let me go back to the application. Okay, so now let me delete the record, and let's see that what is happening. Okay, so I'm deleting a record, the alert is getting generated, and clicking on ok. So here you can see it is getting reflected over here. That's it for